Welcome to the podcast. We appreciate you joining us, whether it's your first time or you're a returning listener. On this episode, we had a good conversation about Drake and whether or not he was hip hop, according to Most Def. And we also talked about whether or not kids should stay in a child's place based on like the environment they're in, whether they're co-parents or they're just doing house chores, and also what justice looks like. And we talked about Cassie's case because some people feel like she didn't really go after justice because she selling the money. So that's what we got into.
All great topics, man. I'm TK, aka Tip Top Shape,
And I'm Darius, aka Tic Tac Toe,
and this is MINDTHEGAP.
What'd you think about Yasiin Bey's comments on Drake? Or Most Def, formerly known as.
Oh, you say he wasn't hip hop?
Yeah.
Drake is definitely hip hop.
You think he's hip hop?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
It's without question.
Yeah.
I don't know why he said that. That's almost seemed like some hating shit.
I think maybe it's some hating shit. I think it's also because Drake has, took little stabs here and there in the past. But I don't think they was like, just little digs, just like this ain't for like this. Like he said something in the past. I think it was in reference to the comic books he made. That book he dropped with like the captions of poetry or some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
And he was like, this ain't for people who like use incense or like listen to Most Def or something like that. Just like some little digs like that.
Oh, for real?
So there might be some little,
okay, so I didn't know that.
So there might be some little digs being taken here and that. You know what I'm saying? Because Drake will do something on the slide quick.
Yeah.
So there might be some
So you might,
stuff.
He probably been saying something.
Yeah, he probably,
because he bad about that now.
Yeah. But
I don't think
I understand it just because for one, maybe some hidden context we don't know about between them two, like I just said, and also like just because of the era and like he came from, I don't expect him to even see Drake as hip hop. I'm not saying I agree with him, but I understand where he coming from. Like he was doing freestyles with DMX and Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? Remember the episode?
Who they had to tell him, we don't want no beats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want no backpack.
We want lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
And then, same with DMX. When they asked DMX how he feel about Drake, he's like, I beat him up in the elevator. You know what I'm saying?
But then later on, even DMX had to say, you know what, I was out of pocket for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Drake came to me as a man, asked me for this, that, and third. I really respect him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know what it is with Drake that Drake has haters like this. Well, not haters. Let me not say. Because I don't want to be on Drake bandwagon either. Yeah. I'm a fan of Drake and his music and his ability to create.
Yeah.
I have not. When I first heard Drake, it was like no other. I don't remember nobody ever doing nothing like this as a male artist.
Yeah.
At least. And talking in the way. And the way he was doing at that time was risky. Nobody was really doing that as a black male artist. So for me, I think he is hip hop. He just like he's not that hard. He's not a DMX or a Most Def or Andre 3000 or a Kendrick Lamar or you know what I'm saying. He's not those people. He has the ability. He's a chameleon.
Yeah.
In music,
I will agree with because he never says explicitly he's not hip hop. He just said he's more compatible with music you hear with shopping, which I think to some degree is true, but I also think
I thought he did say that a little bit of it. You sure?
He never, from what I heard, he never explicitly said Drake is not hip hop. He just said his music is more compatible with going shopping, which to some degree is true, just because he makes more pop friendly music.
He got a lot of music though.
Yeah.
He got music that you can't play on the radio. He got music that you can play on the radio. Yeah. He got dance music. He got Caribbean music. Yeah. He got British, Spanish music. Like what is...
But what I would say is I think Drake is hip hop, but I would say he's more hip, like pop with a hip hop edge at this point. Yeah. Like if it was early in his career, I would say he was like hip hop.
Because he was with Wayne?
Yeah, because he was the majority, he was still rapping.
He was singing there too.
He was still singing.
He was singing a lot.
But now these days, we ain't been satisfied with the rapping as much as we had been in the past.
In my opinion, that's us.
Yeah.
But if you look at people who like 21 Savage, which I don't,
yeah,
and you hear Drake rap like 21 Savage, those people enjoy Drake.
Yeah.
They enjoy that Drake more than we enjoy, the Drake we enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Although I'm not sure if they're as familiar with that Drake as we were, because
I will admit that
that's
too.
Our Drake.
Do you think they would enjoy that type of Drake that we heard back in the past?
It depends on which. If they heard, I don't think they like Thank Me Later Drake.
I thought before that Drake.
What?
Even before that Drake.
Like Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
That was on that.
I didn't even enjoy that Drake.
I enjoyed it. I love
like
that
I said, I wasn't a big fan of that. His early.
Who was
music.
one strip clubs? You should have loved that.
I didn't. I just wasn't into it at the time. I ain't like that sound.
Yeah.
That Weekend sound. I ain't like any.
Yeah,
of
you
that.
don't like the Weekend.
I don't really care for any of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy those sounds.
I ain't really start liking Drake until like Take Care. I was cool with Thank Me Later. Take Care. I was like, oh, this guy's good. Because he was pop friendly, like that sound was more accessible to me than like his earlier stuff for me.
But we gotta ride and take a ride and I'm gonna let you hear all his old. Yeah. He was singing most of the time. Singing, then he'll go into these bars. Man, he had some good got some of those mixtapes, bro. He got like because the first time I heard him was on Replacement Girl with Trey Songz. And then I thought it was pretty dope. I was listening to Trey Songz. Yeah. And then I heard that I was like, oh, I like this guy.
I remember not liking that song just because like Trey Songz was doing that thing when he ain't.
It was Trey Songz that made the song. Like for me, you are absolutely right with what you about to say. I'm gonna let you say it for them.
For me, like I don't know if it is what you think, but like for me, he wasn't really like being Trey Songz in the song. It was kind of
he was trying to. But the thing is, if you look at the old Trey Songz,
he was on there.
He was on that type of thing.
I'm a bit. Yo, if you go back and look at them Trey Songz sing rapping videos. Them sing rapping videos, Trey Songz got it. If you can find them, bro, them things are hilarious.
Yo, bro, that's good, bro. Yeah, bro, you got a lot of good stuff, bro.
I was losing my mind, bro.
Yeah, bro. If we'll take I'll let you listen to all like the Drake stuff that didn't really come out that he just kept to his like several had on like smaller mixtapes. Yeah, you know, like Run the City. I want to say what is it? It's something season where he had this like winter season or something season. And it's got like a lot of songs that a lot of people didn't listen to, and at that time, that's all I listened to was Drake. You know, Sooner Than Later, Ready, Club Paradise was a little later, but he had a lot of hot songs. For me, Drake is a great artist all around, and he took risks that other artists was afraid to do. So in my opinion, I think that is hip hop. And then like Drake put out on his Instagram, he put out a video of what is it? Method Man talking about what is hip hop. It's how you dress, it's how you talk, it's how you move, it's how you.
We're just going back at most.
Yeah.
But in terms of rap, I think one thing people shouldn't take away Drake's hip hop elements. I don't think that should be allowed. But I also think there's nothing wrong with being pop either, because I'd be foolish to say Drake wasn't made pop music. You know what I'm saying? Like some people debate whether there's a certain style of pop music, which I think, is arguable, but it's just like, and especially since hip hop has become popular music, you know what I'm saying? Of course he's going to be popular. And
he aided in that. Yeah.
So, but I would never, my thing is I want a different like term for Drake, because he's not just hip hop at this point. He's been a whole lot of things.
For me, he's just an artist.
Yeah. An artist is a good one. You can call him a hybrid. For me, he is, although he's not my favorite, if you look at, I wouldn't say.
Well, yeah, it's hard to put him somewhere or compare.
Well, the reason why I'm comparing is the quality of his music, especially lately, hasn't been.
It has not been.
Where, like, because I was going to say, would he be, I don't think he, because I want to say he would be the greatest rapper. But to me, he's more the most successful rapper. Because, the most successful. I haven't seen another rapper that has accumulated as much success as he has.
Jay-Z?
He has, but Jay-Z can't do arenas by himself.
Kanye West.
He surpassed Kanye though.
Bruh, okay, go ahead. I'll let you finish. Well, if you want to do that, as far as ticket sales and tours, Kendrick Lamar beat him. Kendrick Lamar has the highest gross tour.
Was he doing arenas?
He was doing arenas.
Kendrick Lamar was doing arenas?
I went to
That was an arena, or was it like a?
What?
I thought he was doing like big theaters. Anyway, we'll come back.
If I'm not mistaken, he did it at the Charlotte Hornets stadium.
Yeah,
I went there.
I'm pretty sure that qualifies as an arena.
That's arena. That's literally an arena. Yeah.
All his things were arenas.
If I believe so. I mean, that's what his record. I got it saved somewhere on my phone where he had the highest growth because the Drake was on the top 5 and it was like him and Amigos and I think him and 21 Savage was on the list somewhere, but Kendrick had number 1.
No, that's good. You know I like that.
You know Kendrick,
I
my
like
guy.
That.
You know what I'm saying?
I like any points I can get a Kendrick, I'll take it.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think in terms of net worth, in terms of number ones, in terms of the avenues and business he's been able to create, I think he's probably up there.
You should have added more because I still give what the criteria you just gave me. I still get at the Jay-Z or Kanye. They are billionaires basically off music. Now they made great in business investments and stuff like that. Well, if I'm looking at number ones that Kanye has been a part of, including the beat making that he's done, the producing, the artistry of music, and the fact that he can do arenas by himself. And when him and Drake did do arena by himself, even though I may think Drake may have got it, even though I ain't watched the whole thing, a lot of people say Kanye got him. When they both dropped out an album together, though, I feel like I think Kanye, as far as artistry and sonically, won.
Yeah.
Popularity and like feel good and let's get up and do something, Drake got that.
Yeah.
But even
that's why I'm saying Drake is the most marketable rapper we've ever seen. Like that puts him in a lot of spaces that Kanye couldn't get.
I don't know.
And I wish you would start watching the videos I can send you because
which one?
Like the FD Signify, he did a breakdown of why like Kanye West was like he either made Kanye West Obi Kenobi, but he made Drake Anakin Skywalker. Because Kanye West in a lot of ways is a precursor to Drake. The style of the artists like Kanye West, Lupe Fiasco, making different kind of music, rap introduced. Because after Kanye dropped Graduation, that's like his foray into like popular music. Because before that it was boom bap, dope ass music. You know, College Dropout, Late Registration, boom bap beats, dope concepts, you know, fundamentals of hip hop. And then he dropped Graduation, and that like catapulted him into like the popular world. He was like the most popular artist after he dropped that album. And that was the point where that style of music finally surpassed street music because he beat 50 Cent. That's when the world said,
I remember that,
we off that now.
Yeah.
Now we like this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So in a lot of ways, I'm with you. Like Kanye West is the reason why, you know, Drake can even be where he is in a lot of ways. But Drake took that candle and he ran with it, my boy. He ran with it.
I gotta see, when you say marketable, before Kanye did that crazy stuff, I still got Kanye as the most marketable. Cause look at his shoes, raggedy, clothes, raggedy. And every time he do something, the world kind of like stops when he does something. Like, and we keep, and the fact that
I forgot where I was going before we said it.
And the fact that we keep letting Kanye get away with stuff is also a sign that, you know, for me, and he's a billionaire, and he has these. That's why I say I think he's the most marketable. Because like even Adidas was like, boy, we gotta let this boy go.
He made it off rap.
I was saying, I thought you meant because you said business earlier.
No, I mean Drake got like $500 million music deals.
Oh no, okay. But like, my bad. No. I give you that.
Yeah, like
if you want somebody, if you want a feature, we going Drake.
Because every success. Jay-Z, you know, Jay-Z and Kanye, they
we good it, now. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
I thought you meant market. Like you can put him in. Like I thought you was using Toronto. Versus Adidas or something. You know what I'm saying? Like what he does with the Toronto Raptors. And
I'm saying people musically are invested a whole lot in Drake.
At this point right now, you are right.
I forgot where I was going before we got into a little foray though.
Obi-Wan Kenobi and
but in terms of, so I would say, but even though when people say like he want to put him down as the greatest rapper of all time, for me, music quality wise, because his latter, you know, discography isn't so great, And because half, like, you know, a lot of times his success is not just because of rap. Like half his discography is, you know, also singing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you could, you know, I don't know if you want to throw the R&B. I think he's the most successful or maybe
Hybrid.
greatest like sing song rap of all time. Although he's not my favorite, I still would like Pharrell or like Lauryn Hill or like CeeLo Green or Andre 3000.
I'm taking Drake over all of them.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, I'm not going down his latest albums because there's a lot of artists that we would hold high that their later albums was trash.
Yeah.
Like we can look at not all of Nas, but some of Nas albums trash.
Yeah.
The only person I can kind of say that was consistent and grow a little bit.
Nas up there either.
Jay-Z up there. You got some trash
The
albums.
only person to me is the person who has not missed for me. And you know
Kendrick Lamar.
You know what I'm saying?
Kendrick Lamar has not missed, but we're not even gonna use that as a.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like for me, that's the caliber.
Okay.
We talk about the greatest quality wise.
I thought you meant like just on a Mount Rushmore, like no number in particular. The number one, if for me and for you, is obviously Kendrick Lamar. None of them missed.
Yeah.
Every one of them are staples in that time frame.
Even his throwaway albums.
Yeah, even his throwaways. It's beautiful. You know even his soundtrack albums, beautiful. Like I'm not even.
Yeah.
No, he's the best. Yeah. He's the best rapper of all time.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing. I thought you was talking about like Mount Rushmore. Okay, because I'm about to say something like LL Cool J.
I don't even know if I can believe in Mount Rushmore because I don't know what the qualifications of that because I don't like most Jay-Z albums, but there's a few that I really enjoy.
Okay.
Reasonable Doubt and 444.
Yeah.
And the Black album.
That'll be a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
We gotta find criteria. What would be, you know what I'm saying? But Drake is definitely up there. And if you, especially as a music artist, as a music artist at all, like he's.
If I take his discography from Take Care to If You're Reading This Too Late, he's done
bro,
enough.
You can really go to.
You can.
Right. So you saying what was the album with Worse and
that was between it.
No, I think that was after.
Between Nothing, You're Reading This Too Late, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same came out before If You're Reading This Too Late. Then Views dropped, and that's when he went Afro.
Are you sure about that? Look it up real quick.
Yeah, Nothing Was the Same. That was on the album, and that came out in 2015.
That's a good memory, boy.
Yeah.
I never thought that came. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So between it, you give me that run.
Yeah.
Drake a contender.
Yeah. That you yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you give me that run, Drake a contender for me.
And if you want to, I throw in what was the album before with Houston Atlanta Vegas on it?
So Far Gone.
So Far Gone. You throw that enough for me. And that is
yeah.
That's really that's a LeBron career.
Yeah.
That's LeBron Miami career.
That was when he was feared.
Yeah, that's LeBron. That's LeBron Miami into his Cavs comeback years.
Yeah,
that's what that is. That was a pot. Drake couldn't miss. None of them will miss. None of them will miss.
What was it?
But they're not staples though.
If you're reading, that's a crazy thing.
They're not
Drake,
staples.
For as much as I enjoy them albums, I don't know why they not like landmark albums or just albums that be like, everybody think this is a classic. Other than Take Care,
and Low Key, and it's kind of low key.
Yeah.
If you reading this now, because of the surprise,
that's why
and the fact that we've been,
You know what's funny?
And we've been wanting him to rap, and he finally did rap. We was like, oh, this is what he sound like. That album was what LeBron did when Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love got hurt.
That's funny.
That's what that album was.
Not to bring Kendrick back up, but what's funny about it is I was watching this dude who was documenting the beef between them two, Kendrick and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And they was talking about how everybody was hyped on If You're Reading This Is Too Late because he dropped them surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also like a week later, or a week or a month later, Kendrick Lamar dropped The Pimp a Butterfly. And the thing was people had mixed reviews with If You're Reading This, but like he dropped
Nobody.
it was critically acclaimed. And they said there was a lot when like they'd have beef and then Kendrick would like drop a classic or drop it. It's like nobody was doubting it. And then it was like, come on, man. Like, and they was like, I hate that nigga too.
I don't even remember him dropping it though. And the only time I remember Drake and Kendrick dropping an album at the same time is when Drake dropped More Life.
That was like his playlist album.
Yeah, and Kendrick drops Damn?
Yeah, I think so.
And it killed that shit. And it was like, oh, Kendrick is got it.
Cause he switched his thing.
Kendrick, he that's the thing though, bro. I seen a dude, he did a thing on Kendrick Lamar and he broke down like how Kendrick albums are like different types of writing. Like it's a novel, like Damn was a magazine, like in your face.
Yeah.
Trying
Even
to get
the
your
album
attention.
cover is
album cover, all that. Like he broke down like one of them is like a pamphlet, one of them is like a written play. You can hear it in the like the stories or the skits and he broke it down. I was like, I never looked at it like that.
That man is. And what I like about him is each album has like a different sound.
It's not the same. It's not the same Kendrick.
It's not. He's like, I'm not there anymore, so you're not going to the same music. And ever since, you know what I'm saying? Oh, for me, Overly Dedicated is hit or miss. I still got to go back and like listen to it.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But Section 80, from then?
Boy, Section 80.
Section 80 is a classic.
Section 80
Good Kid, Mad City, a classic. And To Pimp a Butterfly, to me, is
classic.
Arguably the best album of all time. I mean, best rap album of all time. Because I've never seen anybody else with such a tight concept, draw you in, surprise ending. Like, come on,
and
son.
Then on top of that, make you feel like we gonna be all right.
Yep.
Well, you know, one of my favorites, If These Walls Can Talk, and then you get to the end, which
I
is
like,
crazy.
When you broke it down to me, I was listening to that over and over. I was like, yo, this guy's a menace. This guy's a menace.
And then if you really a Kendrick Lamar fan, if you go back, there's songs that relate to that.
Yeah.
That tells the story into that before you even get to that, like The Killer, how you knew it, like even in Mad City.
Yeah.
It was like stuff in that when you listen to If These Walls Can Talk, man, you think it's about sex, and then you get to the end, and he's talking about the walls that can find somebody in jail. Now that I got you bad for killing because I was with your lady.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy right.
Crazy
right.
Come on, man.
How he dropped and everybody's like, I don't know about this, and then in the album you listen to it, and you're like, come on now. You can't.
And then gave you to talk about how depression bothered you. Oh,
come on, son.
Bother him.
And all of it was sonically the same thing.
Oh my God, jazz. Not to mention, what was the other one? He put the jazz music at the end, and everybody was mad about it.
I don't remember.
And he was like, dang. He was talking about my black nose. You hate my black nose.
Black of the Berry.
Black of the Berry. He punched you in the face.
Yeah.
Kill a nigga blacker than me.
Hypocrite. But I think it's funny. Sorry, Drake, because that just happened again. We was focused on Drake.
Yeah, and then
we got it. And I apologize for it.
I apologize. He's not even
and then Drake is hip hop. He's more than hip hop, but he is also
hip hop.
Hip hop.
Without a doubt, bro. One of the best artists of all time. I'll put him up there with Michael Jackson. Not beside Michael Jackson, but in that same classroom.
Not too many people out there.
He's in the same classroom.
Is Michael Jackson,
the Beatles,
Taylor Swift is up there.
Oh, absolutely. Beyonce,
Drake, Kanye West.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of right now.
Yeah.
And maybe like if we include international, because people be big international we don't even know about.
Adele.
You know what I'm saying? Adele, Shania Twain. She might be up.
You got me on that. Yeah. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. But yeah, he's in that class for sure.
Yeah.
And that's a class, and I say this much, and that's a class that Kendrick is not in.
He's not in that
He's not in that class. He's not in that class.
He's not. He's a popular artist, but I don't think he's a pop artist.
What's that award he won?
The Pulitzer Prize?
That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, that's the class.
That's a class he is. Of all the awards, like all the ones, the Grammys, the Academies, like all the ones that everybody always dreamed to have, he's in that class over there.
Kendrick is in that class. Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I'm at.
Now, You remember that video I sent on Instagram about old girl?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, but I want if you need to see it again before you respond.
I mean, we can play it in the
as
later on when we do when you do the cuts, play it in the video.
A lot of parents are hypocrites, right? It be the same parents who sit here and say, "Stay in the child's place." You can't ask me questions. But you're also the same parent who makes your child watch after their siblings.
Yep.
You make them tend to household responsibilities, cook for kids, take care of grandparents, give the grandparents their medicine, just depending on what type of household, if you have a transgenerational household, stuff like that. But you're also the same parent that say you have to stay in the child's place.
Yeah.
No.
I'm your
That child has, that child should be able to have a voice and speak as well because you forced them to mature fastly.
Can I dig
You
in?
made them develop quickly. You made them become an adult in the household. You made them become a second parent in the household, and then you want to tell them what they can and cannot do. They can't ask you questions, but you put that on them. They didn't ask for that. They didn't ask to be your emotional cushion. They didn't ask to be your punching bag. They didn't ask to be a second parent. They didn't ask to be a caregiver. They didn't ask to be the person who's taking care of things. They didn't ask to help pay bills. They didn't ask to be at 16, 17 to go get a job and help pay bills and stuff like that. We really want to talk about
God forbid she wears some booty shorts because then she's being fast.
Oh, okay.
You push me in the fast track.
but for if y'all ain't seen it, the video we just played is
and I enjoy that lady. She be on shit.
Oh yeah, she be on it. How she's talking about the premise look like what she was saying is sometimes parents are hypocrites when they tell a kid to stay in a child's place when they also are basically co-parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we about to argue on this.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to start?
Yeah. I don't think it's fully I don't think that's like a hypocrite of a parent in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is because adulting is not just things that you do, it's the maturity level that you have.
Yeah.
And I think children don't have that maturity level, especially if they're having a conversation. Because there's a lot of times that I look back on things with like older people and I thought, it's like, okay, I really didn't understand that when that person said that. Or like little wisdom things that I was given. I was like, oh, I wasn't old enough to understand that.
To receive that
properly. But just because I helped watch my sister or just because I helped clean or just because I don't know, unthaw a chicken when you're not here or wash dishes or do chores or I don't know, like pick up the phone when the bill collector call and say you ain't here or regardless of those things, I don't think those things are considered as like, they don't make me an adult.
Yeah.
Those things don't make me an adult because if it did, I'd be able to vote or the system itself would let me vote or let me smoke or do all these other things. So I don't think that thing, that in particular in what she's saying, I get what she's saying.
Yeah.
She has a point in that when it comes to like other things.
Yeah.
You know, but for me, I don't fully agree with that at all. I don't fully agree.
would fully agree just because she used the word sometimes.
Okay.
So she put the
sometimes.
Caveat in
you
there.
Right. You right.
You know what I'm saying? So with her point, I do agree it's circumstantial based on what it is. Because sometimes it's not even necessary.
Damn, you're right. She still say sometimes.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's not even a question of are you mature enough? It's like sometimes the question you ask it like you don't want to know the answer to. Like why me and your father together? Like you don't want to know why me and your father don't mess together because you might not like your father after I tell you. You know what I'm saying? So
or like again, like you said, like you may not just understand. You may not fully understand. You may misinterpret it and then take something else from it. That's not what I'm saying.
But I will say that in my experience and what I've seen is a lot of times I'm not gonna say a lot of times, but there are times when a kid is put in a situation where they're making an observation, and because that parent feels uncomfortable, then it stay in a child's place.
Yeah, I think. Well, if we speaking like that, then like go back to what you said. She said sometimes.
Yeah.
Those are the times where I think the parents being a hypocrite, but that also goes to like the time when we was talking about whoopings. Yeah. No, you just angry at something else. Yeah. And you took that out on me. Yeah, I think at that point you're wrong. Yeah. But like the little stuff that I'm if anything, I'm trying to get you to the point where you maturing to be an adult. Yeah. I'm trying to get you to work hard so you understand that when I come home and say I've been at work all day, you don't hit me with the excuse, well, I've been at school all day. No, you ain't been dealing with what I've been dealing with.
This ain't a different type of, you know what I'm saying? Although for your age, you know, I remember going to school. I'm like, man, that's it. You got me today. I've been through one today, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna act like we don't have hard days, but it ain't the same as like I've been in the factory with no window for 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? Because when we at school versus when we was working at Amazon fulfillment,
that's different.
I'm different. I take school days.
I take any
you know
what I'm saying? Let me have that little gym time.
Yeah, but I will also mention to the situation she was alluding to. I think is interesting because for some kids, it is like you give them adult responsibilities. Like if you put in a situation where the house can't maintain without you and you like 15, I do think that's a bit much. Because I think there's a threshold of like when you start taking away somebody's childhood, that's a little different for me. Not in terms of just like like we were just discussing, but if I'm like, hey, if somebody like, hey man, you coming to the park with us? No, I can't. But you don't ever come to, but yeah, I gotta watch my brothers and sisters. I gotta go home, cook, and do my homework and all this other stuff. Cause my mom, she works second shift, so I gotta take care of that. Like if you don't do that, and like if you in a position where if you don't participate like that,
that's tough.
There's a lot of people out here like, well, my sister, big sister, basically raised me, or my big brother.
Yeah, a lot of people that have said
and I think you talk about your family, like some of them are like that, where like the older kids basically had to step in. Now that's a different dynamic of where, I need answers or something like that.
I will say this, bro. Some people in my family, like I'm glad I didn't have that experience. I mean, my sister took care of me when my sister 14 years older than me. So
that's a big gap.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's like
now she 15 doing it, and that
so that's different. You know what I'm saying? But no, she was like
28. I mean,
I remember when I was like, she had to be like in her 20s looking out for me at some point in time. And I was like 6 or 7, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I will say this, man. I really don't know how I feel about that because though, like, what is the environment you in is gonna dictate your childhood regardless. And in that environment, is like if you in a food desert or you ain't got enough jobs around, or circumstances put you in a position where you don't have no help regardless. And I need my child who's able to do something to do it. That's a tough thing because even in life we deal with it now.
Yeah,
sacrifices. I really want to go out and do this, but I can't. Our adulthood is being taken away from us because of certain things, right? And that teaches you young. But I do agree with the fact that you are taking away that childhood, and that person. That's a fact. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm about to say. Like, that's a tough
like
thing.
I know things change or whatever, but if you didn't set things up, and I know it's hard because things happen. Like
things happen,
you could have set everything up to be, a good provider, and so your child don't have to do this, but then your husband or your wife died, and now all of a sudden, you have to do that. But that doesn't change the fact that that's what's happening.
That's happening.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't know how I feel, bro.
That's a hard thing. I think in that situation, I'm either or. Like I get it depends on what the situation is. If this kid's like, I understand that you want to go out, mom or whatever, or dad, but I also been the one in the house taking care of the kids, you know what I'm saying, this whole week. Like, why can't I go out? Like, why you get to be at, like, I understand why that would be like,
that's different.
Don't
because you had
tell
the kid.
Me child's play. Like, I've been the mother for the whole week. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this, man. I won't say that person was the mother. I'll say this much, bruh. If me as the parent is going out, and my son or my child or my daughter or whatever is saying, I would like to go out, and I'm not paying attention enough to know that I'm doing that, then I'm completely wrong.
Crazy.
That's
wrong. Crazy in itself.
I'm only thinking about myself. Well, I've been at work all day. I'm trying to go to the club with Darius and Zay and them, or whatever. You gonna stay here and watch the kid? That's fine. If the kid is sacrificing, then my kid needs to see that I'm also sacrificing. Because you gonna understand. It took me so long to understand why my mom had to go to work. So long. Like, it took me so long, so I don't understand work. But I as a kid, I understand, like, my mom wanted to go out, but she stayed home. I could understand that. Right? I even though I didn't know fully what was going on, I understood sacrifices. Well, let me not try to get in trouble. I see how much
let me try to do what I can do to add to it.
I'm getting in trouble in school, and she have to leave work to come see me.
When you learn, like, because when you get older, and you find out how big of a deal that is, and you learn about point systems and all this.
Boy,
I had to leave work. Because you wanted to act up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you just said, work, you grown, you can drive here. Like you don't understand that.
Yeah.
You the one with the car.
Yeah.
You can drive. Like what that supposed to mean
Get
to me?
another job.
Bro, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
You right. I ain't even looking at it even now. I ain't even looking at it like that. I ain't even think about the point system.
Yeah. When you think, because now that you're at work, when you think of all the trouble, like me just, you know what I'm saying, me having to come pick you up from school ain't just a day off for me.
It's not.
This gonna cost me.
This costs
us. Yeah.
This costs us.
You know, money. You know what I'm saying?
Now you gotta watch your sister a little bit longer because I gotta do overtime.
I had to take a personal for you.
That's
boy.
crazy. And that personal I was gonna take for us to do something else to spend time together, I didn't do.
Yeah.
That's why I appreciate my mom, bro. My mom would like sometimes take off days from work and just pick me up. She say, "Man, you're not going to school today. We're gonna get some ice cream. We're gonna get something to eat. We're gonna go something to eat with mama." Yeah, let me go get my bag. Let me get up out of here.
My mama ain't never did that.
Yeah, my mom used to do that, bro.
She used to do that, but like I'm going to school. That was a non-negotiable for me.
I'd be in class chilling.
It was rare when that happened, and usually it was like I ain't been feeling good or something. Like, you like, don't even worry about it. We'll go do something else. And then she'll do that. If I'm healthy, I'm going to school.
Nah, I wouldn't even know she coming.
Yeah,
I'd be in class chilling. Hey,
early dismissal for Jermaine Brown.
I'd be like, "But I ain't did that." But y'all trying to get me in trouble. I'd be like, "So who told? Did nobody see me do that?"
Be up there confessing. She be like, "What? She probably get your stupid ass in the car."
Oh, we gonna get something to eat.
Oh, I'm mad like I ain't hear that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I will say, because I've been in situations where, like, I didn't really hear that in growing up, like staying in a child's place, just because I think there was an understanding with the adults in my family that I was around some shit that I probably shouldn't be around. So like, you can't really put me in adult situations and expect me not to have opinions or like
to develop the way I'm not around other kids. I'm around adults. So I'm developing as an
I used
adult.
to walk in the room and like see people doing hard drugs. Like you can't put me in an adult environment and be like, stay in a child's place. I would like to be.
But I don't even know what that is right now.
I would like to be in a child's place, but you know, I'm in an adult environment right now. So.
And as a kid, you know, you stupid. You looking at yourself like, I'm a child.
You know what I'm saying?
I know the definition of child. That's me. And this is a place.
Yeah. I don't see no jungle gym.
I don't understand what I mean. So you gonna take me to the park or something? Like, what are we talking about?
We have, you know what I'm saying? So, and like
sniffing that sugar.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And that at that point, you know, all I know is DARE, the DARE program. That's all I know about drugs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I thought drugs was bad. Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? Don't tell me stay at a child's place. We passed that.
We passed
the line.
And to be honest, right, I am like, that's what I'm saying. In that moment, you are a child and you don't know what's going on. So you don't even know what direction it is to be in that place. How do you be a child in that type of environment?
Cause either way, a little piece of my childhood is gone. Cause now I either have to act like I didn't see it, which is some adult stuff you gotta learn to do eventually, where you gotta compartmentalize what's going on. Like, you already put me in a position where
you gotta look at that person different.
Yeah, it's like that's gone,
bro. The way your brain has to connect as a child, bro. Your brain, like, you know how you say when you learning new things, your brain connect, like your what is it called, like the
synapses.
They connect.
Yeah.
They start connecting. They create new branches. Like, when you see stuff that like that as a child, the part that's underdeveloped that ain't supposed to have no connections yet.
It's like, oh, we got to work every time. They back there asleep.
What? I thought we had another 10 years. What's going on?
He's supposed to know that.
Get the SpongeBob. Everybody throw everything out now.
What's the episode of Family Guy where this is the last brain cell? He was like, I'm the only one. I left. I finally got time. And then his glasses broke and something like that.
Yeah, he was.
I finally got time to read.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, that's wild, boy.
Yeah, man. But back to her point, man, like a lot of things, man, it depends on the situation, man. I do feel for a lot of people that are put in them situations where they have to grow up early, which I think a lot of us do, especially the closer you are to poverty, the faster you have to grow up. You know, so you are exposed to a lot sooner than later, and you got to do the best. A parent in that situation got to do the best to balance, you know, the information you receiving and like the lifestyle you living, and that's a hard thing to do.
I will appreciate my mom for this, bro. She did do her best to make sure I had a childhood.
Yeah, For sure. My mom
Like,
too, yeah.
Like she definitely did. Like she made sure I was around other kids, my other cousins. Even when she had to go to work, bro, she kept me around.
Even if she had to throw me out the house.
Yeah.
You're not staying in there.
No, you're not.
I'm like, usually parents get mad when you out too much. You're like, but you're not staying in there. You go outside. I don't care if you played in the front yard. Somebody gonna see you.
But she didn't have to tell me that. She used to tell me like to come in.
Yeah.
My punishment was not going outside. I remember time me and my nephew chose a whooping over going outside, over not going outside. Bro. I remember me and him had dead son, bro, and we kept fighting. And she said, y'all can. It was like 3 decisions. Y'all cannot play the game, get a whooping, or not go outside or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bro, we. I remember I looked down on him, he looked at me. And we didn't say nothing. We'll take it.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. I wonder what I wonder what what she was thinking when she heard that. She was like, part of her was like, I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I think we just got like a little pop or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't even nothing crazy. But cause we was like, we had this.
We were prepared.
We knew I thought we was about to get it. We was not like a beat.
That might be why you just got pop. She was like, I can't believe it.
Yeah, they was like, yeah, man, we'll do it. Cause we didn't even say nothing.
That's the point. That's the point as a parent. You got to reassess your child. Because once they're like, yeah, I'll take the whooping. You like, well, I may have to change my approach from now on. You know what I'm saying? Like this is he becoming a different animal.
Yeah, bro. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know what we was doing something. Like we was already told not to do, or we was arguing and fussing, or we got to fight, and I think I heard them, and then it was a back and forth type thing. Cause me and my nephew about the same age.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, bro, she called us in there and said, man, didn't I tell y'all not to do this and that? That's your nephew. Y'all supposed to be getting along, this, that, and the third. Y'all gonna be here. Y'all gonna be together. Y'all supposed to do better. Don't do this no more. Did it again. Hey, man, listen. Y'all this something gotta happen.
Yeah.
So you not going outside, or you turn that game off, or you getting water.
Mm-hmm.
Let y'all pick. I'm let y'all pick y'all punishment. I remember looking at it. My nephew,
you said, what was the choice?
It was like not playing the game.
Okay.
Not going outside or whooping.
Y'all chose the game and the whooping.
No, we chose whooping.
No, I'm saying that's the one y'all wanted to do.
So
you wanted to keep playing the game and you wanted the ability to go outside.
Yeah.
So it was like we'll take the
whooping. Yeah. Cause it's gonna get dark outside. And we're gonna come back in.
we need that game. You know?
I think that's what like one of the last few times me and my nephew argued. Nah, we didn't used to argue all the time. But like that was one of the times I looking back on it, I was like, but we really was like connected.
Yeah.
He didn't even say nothing. We just looked at each other.
Was like, we know what it is.
Yeah.
We know what the time is, man.
Like, we gonna take that whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. That's how I feel about that, man. It depends on the situation, man. Depends on the situation and the parent, but I don't think doing chores or, helping out with bills if you stand there in you of age.
Now, but again, like if we talking about extenuating circumstances, then that's a little bit different. That dynamic, you got to have a talk in your house.
Mm-hmm.
If your childhood is being taken away, like that's a conversation that needs to be had. Even if it's just like your parents, like, look, I understand the situation here. I'm proud of you and I appreciate your help. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, some kids just don't they feel like that's normal, and sometimes they may not feel like appreciated. Like this is just what I'm supposed to do, and like you don't really acknowledge that I'm doing it. And then some parents will be like, "Well, that's your brother and sister. You should be taking care of them." Like, but at the same time, I'm 14. You should be taking care of it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh yeah, man.
I don't think nothing wrong with that though.
Like,
even in that situation, I don't think nothing wrong with that because you're there.
Yeah.
You're there, and that person is leaving to make sure you stay in that space, no matter what it is, a house, or apartment, whatever. I'm leaving, or I'm doing something to make sure you have overhead, to make sure you do have clothes to put on your back, or make sure that you are able to go to school back and forth with the car that I'm driving and paying and keeping running to go back and forth with the money that I'm using to buy food for y'all. Yeah, the least you can do is watch your brother and sister or your sister.
And my point is that's cool, but I don't think, in an ideal situation, my participation should be crucial to like maintain the household. Like if I'm sick or some shit, who watching the kid? In an ideal situation, I wouldn't want people to be in that situation, but you know what I'm saying? If I lose my job as a 14-year-old for whatever reason, like, and the house goes down, that's not.
Are we talking about work?
I'm talking about whatever situation.
I was talking about babysitting. I was just talking about you watching your brothers and sisters.
I think that the situation I'm talking about is you doing more than babysitting. You taking care of the kids.
What you mean by that?
Like you cooking, you cleaning, you watching the kids, you putting them to bed, and you still gotta take care of your homework and all the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's wrong. Or what are you saying is that? What are you saying?
I'm saying if you basically a co-parent,
yeah, okay,
then that's a conversation y'all need to have. Some dynamics need to be discussed.
As far as what?
I don't know, privileges or whatever, or like information, whatever y'all need to discuss. If you got issues with each other, like whatever that is dynamic in there. Like in the example she used with like child's place, that depends on what they asking.
What would be a question that would be that you think a parent would feel like?
That they would say in a child's place.
Yeah.
Why you out every weekend? While
I'm questioning that.
Yeah.
Like even me.
Stay in child's place.
Even me.
Nah, my nigga.
I think that's what it is. Like for me, it's like what are you saying?
Yeah.
Because if you end up taking care of stuff like this, well, I'm also taking care of stuff out here, and this is what adulting is. And me as a parent, I need to get you ready for adults. Because even for me, even if I have kids, even if I'm a millionaire, I'm gonna put them in positions where, hey, I'm gonna need you to do this, that, and third, because you got to learn this. So like, for me, I'm not totally against that, but if you taking advantage of me, then there's a. But I think if you're not making the same, if you as my parent or guardian is not making more sacrifices than me as the child, then at that point you a hypocrite. That's why I'm at with that. Yeah,
but I think using the term co-parent is crucial to this argument. Because if I'm 14 and we both take care of these kids on the same level, I think that's kind of weird. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I can understand, because when people was like, ain't nothing wrong with cooking or doing the dishes, I agree with it. But I as a parent would be like, I'm giving you this because I want to teach you responsibility.
Yeah.
But if you did not do this would also get done as well. But I think once, like I said, there's a threshold to me. If like once you become that co-parent status, then things is different to me.
I think you might be right on that, man. That is weird.
That's a weird dynamic.
That's weird.
And sometimes kids get in a position where they become like co-parents / it's kind of like a weird relationship where they like.
I would like to see somebody, because I was never, like I say, man, I ain't.
Fortunately, I wasn't in that situation.
Yeah, I wasn't in that situation, man. Like my mom always had like.
Although I will say,
she had a village. Like she always had like, you going to your grandma's house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you going, to this where, or you and your sister going over here. Or something like that. Well, I don't even remember when I was that age, that young, but I think my dad was around. My dad was around, so I think that dynamic was different. Because by the time I remember, like my sister was like 18. I think during that time my dad was around. So during those early stages, I think he was around, and also I think I was around just other kids. Because at that point it was two people having an income coming in. So
yeah. I think it's the same for me. Like I grew up basically in the house with my older people. So my uncle was always around. I grew up in the house with my mom, my grandma, my grandfather. So like somebody was there to help take care of me. And like any responsibility I had was just strictly like, this to help you get ready. Like you don't have to do this. Yeah. But like this will help you get ready for life. And then that encouraged me to do more and like want to participate. And also, I was putting some other situations, but that's a different story.
Yeah. Drugs.
Yeah, but
But yeah, I don't know, man. That's a crazy. That's a
weird dynamic.
Yeah, that'll yeah, man.
It's a weird dynamic to if anybody's out there and you like you the oldest sibling and you grew up having to take care of younger siblings or whatever, like shed some light on them. Like, how you feel about it?
How do you feel about that? And how did it affect you?
Yeah.
How did that get you ready for life? Are we wrong?
Because I know personally, I think it would get me ready for life, but also if to the extent where it took away my childhood, I also think that can also have a negative effect on like my ascension in adulthood. Because if I'm watching these kids to the point where I ain't got no outside life, then like what's happening?
You wrong for that.
What's happening?
You wrong for that.
Like, I don't ever get to go to the park. I don't get to play ball with the fellas. I don't get to go to the homecoming. I miss prom.
That's crazy, bro. I never dealt with that.
Like,
dang, bro. Kids do really be dealing with it.
Yeah, and that's a crazy thing. You know what I'm saying? And it like, and it's absolutely sad. And it's not, and I'm not blaming the parents, although.
No, I mean, who else would you blame?
I mean, I'm saying in terms of like, it's not always like things don't work out sometimes.
Okay, yeah. That it's like life happens.
But you brought them in this world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not taking that away.
We're not taking that away. I don't know what you mean.
But you know what I'm saying? You had things taken care of. You fell on bad times. Things happen. But still, either way, the kids are in that predicament. You know what I mean? And it's just unfortunate.
But yeah, man. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about that.
You got something you want to talk about? I got something else, but
I ain't got nothing else. Cause my two things, my man trying to Roger Stone, who did the Nikki Haley, and then
that Roger Stone stuff is crazy, man. And I wonder who caught him on tape though.
They ain't saying,
but
they saying he was there with another police officer though, or something.
You think he might have just had a body camera on or something? And somebody retrieved it.
I think it was a third person. I think it was the Roger Stone, the police officer, and what's name?
You think they'll bring him back on charges since they got new evidence?
They did.
Oh, he back in them. Back in the mix.
FBI investigating now.
Oh, so that's how that came out.
I don't know how that came out, but a lot of people saying I don't think it's the police, because every time I watch a news channel, they keep saying we have to confirm. This is not ABC. MSNBC did not obtain this. This was.
They trying to walk that line.
Yeah, they're like, we gotta get sued.
That's crazy.
Because he keeps saying it's AI or something. But I want to dive into him as a person. I didn't know he was that type of person.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, that's a spotlight. I know you want to wait to talk about old girl. What's her name? Rhoda. One got hit in the face with apparently a water bottle. That's coming out, but we can wait and talk about it. What I found interesting, I went to a homegirl page, Queen Accountability.
Yeah.
And like her page is kind of hit or miss for me.
Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's one piece that struck me that just irked my nerves for that reason. It's the comment she made about like Cassie, in the whole Diddy situation, which we ain't really touched on. And like her caption was like, because Cassie ended up settling for $30 million, right, in that case. And she was like, her caption was like, they say, believe all women, and when we do, shit like this happen. And she settled out of court, and she's saying this is just about money. And then she was like, I thought you wanted to empower women and all this. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know what statement you've read, but I haven't heard her say that. Like she wanted to like empower women. Like all I know is Cassie put up a lawsuit and then everybody else did the talking. I think a representative did come out and say that she wanted to do this because she's finally ready to talk, share her story.
The truth need to be out. She ready to share her story.
And something like that. And then to allude, like, I'm doing this for me and like women. So I don't know if that includes empowerment or what. But my thing is, one is, because she said she was doing it for money. So because she settled for the $30 million, that means that like justice wasn't received. And then my question is,
okay, go ahead.
Who are you to decide what justice looks like for somebody else?
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? Like if justice for me is financially recouping whatever damages
that I feel is willing to have a price tag on it.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you can argue whether or not that's empowering women or not. I mean, to me, if I'm able to get $30 million out of somebody, I did some type of damage.
That's tough, D.
And then on top of, because if I'm not mistaken, it was more than what she was asking for.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it was more than what she's asking for. And like justice for her could have been, like, again, I'm speculating. Justice for her could have been like financial recoupment of whatever she felt like it was worth. It could have been, hey, I'm bringing this up. This is on record. Everything is in there exposed. Y'all can look at it. Now his business is out there. And like she put him in a jam. Like he lost more than 30 million by this even coming up because he had to recount himself from like a bunch of positions that he was holding. So for her, that could have been justice, whatever. And then secondly, like I was discussing earlier, when it comes to charges, civilians, we can sue each other on a civil case. Cassie gave whatever, to my knowledge, she gave whatever evidence she had to the authorities. At the end of the day, and there's still an ongoing investigation, second of all. So we don't even know if Diddy going to eventually be brought up on charges. But it's ultimately up to the police or the state or the federal government to decide whether or not they want to press the charges on Diddy. All she can do is, like she did, I think she gave him Kim Porter's burner phone, some USB drives. Either they're going to decide to move forward or not. But two things can be true. Either whether he get brought up on charges or not, she can still sue him a civil suit and get that money. He can be brought up in a civil suit and he can be charged criminal. Both of those things, they're not mutually exclusive on one or the other. You can do both. So like that post, I don't know, that post has irked me for some reason. Like mostly like who you tell me like, if this is what I want out of the situation.
What did the post exactly say?
It said that. It said when they say believe all women.
And then they go and do this.
And we do, and then they end up selling for money. He's like, I thought you wanted to empower women and like seek justice.
She said justice in this. Yeah. Okay, so justice was the word that she used. Yeah. Okay.
You wanted justice, you wanted to empower women, and then you go ahead and do this. And she's like, I told you, I thought it was about the money. Because nobody would settle that fast.
But did she use the word justice?
Yeah, she used the word justice, which irked me. Like, who are you to tell me what?
Well, then, yeah, you got a point.
What justice I want to get out of somebody.
Yeah, because earlier I thought you was like, you know what I'm saying? It's basically saying she was looking for justice, Cassie was looking for justice or whatever. But okay, if she used the word justice, then at that point, about 90% of what you said, I'm gonna agree with. Probably about 95. Only thing I would say in that particular thing is because she said, I'm ready to tell my side.
Yeah.
So with that, because for me, that insinuates that you like you ready to open up and maybe that meant just in that court case. Yeah. You know, maybe it just meant that.
Look, I put it on file. You can go read it.
Yeah.
It's out there. We can read it.
I also would say this with women and especially with how they come together and how they look at, you know, how they support each other. I mean, look at the girl who did get hit with a water bottle. They still supporting her, even though she completely lied. So even if it's that they expect that person that they supporting to show them some type of support by, most of the time, it's got to be blood.
Yeah.
Like we want to know what happened. We want to know what he did.
I think that's a part of it is like our expectations ain't necessarily her expectations.
But as like that's how I said that, man, we don't have that type of support.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they got money. I don't care if they talk about it.
Yeah.
But in my view, that's how I be feeling though sometimes with certain things coming. I will say that as a man, I do feel like sometimes like, well, let's say like a cop, you know, beat up a black man or whatever. Like
we want blood.
It's not even that we want blood. Well, it is that we want blood.
Yeah,
we happy that he got his money, but you settle and they sealed the case and he still worked there.
Yeah.
I wanted you I wanted you to push it till he got fired or you took his pension. I wanted you to risk not getting your money.
See, that's the difficult part though. Like I said, criminal charges and civil case are different. She can still get the money.
Yeah.
If the state don't decide to fire him or like pursue those charges.
But I thought that with selling it, with like if I settle something, right? Let's say that you be like, what did this person settle for? I'm gonna give you 30 million if you never show them tapes or them what's the name.
That's a backdoor deal.
But you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the thing is, once a investigation come in the thing, either you turn over those things or like now you look crazy.
I gotta ask my law home girl. Cause like even with that, like say a police officer did do something and a person settled, I be wanting them to like either not even to get more money. I want you to put something in that deal where he can't work in your state no more or your city, like, or you able to take his pension.
See, now that's tricky because now we would need new laws in place that gives people the ability to do that.
I think you do got the ability to do that.
What?
To negotiate certain stuff like that. Because I can tell you,
I think those are backdoor deals.
no, I think you can absolutely settle those things.
To be like you can't
like you got to quit. You got to quit your job.
On a
you
civil
can't
case,
be your CEO.
Yeah, on a civil case, you can put in like nuanced stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the criminal case. Oh, yeah. No. I'm talking about when people settle for that money.
Yeah.
In a civil case.
Now whether but still, depending on what they ask, you got to make sure that that's legally allowed.
No, we're gonna listen. There's like if you have a good lawyer, good lawyer, you can work that thing, right?
But what I'm saying, to be like an extreme example, is like, okay, part of my settlement, like
I need you jumping
Rising of the Shield Hero. Everybody got to call him bitch now.
No.
Legally, you can't just like make that enforce. I can't enforce that. You know what I'm saying? So there's limits to like.
What I'm saying is, with that settlement, that is a civil settlement where two people have to agree on that. And that incident of what you saying, like the other person got to say, yeah, I'm willing to give you 30 is $30 million okay? If I give you this, and that person say, yes, it is.
Yeah.
So in that case, like that person say, well, what I want is, I want your name to be bitch, like Shield Hero. You have to legally change your name to bitch or give me this.
Mm-hmm. That's a pressure situation. But yeah, that's not like that's not legally enforceable. But like if he signed the paper,
that's what I'm saying. Because
that's got to be. It would be an ultimatum. Either you follow through with this, or you owe me 30.
Yeah, but it would be in a settlement, or it'd be like, oh, we move forward with the case. Like you don't have to do it. This is not legally bound. You either do this. This is what I'm willing to settle for, or we move forward.
In
with
that
the
case, then like you.
That's what
like. But I'm saying some backdoor shit. Like, look, this deal on the paper, but in actuality, you changing your name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I signed it.
Well, yeah. But like Bob was saying, sometimes it's like you were saying, it's not necessarily the person involved. It's like
that's pressing the charge.
We want to see it get taken to. There was a case recently that got squashed. Huh?
I want you to risk your money. Your ability to get that money, they told you they'll settle for.
Yeah.
My bad. I was just...
No, go ahead.
No, that was it.
Oh yeah, but it was a recent case that we got upset that. No, we was talking about the Fox case. We was like, we want y'all to take it. We want y'all to get whatever you can out of, so we can expose whatever, you know what I'm saying. But they settle, you know.
And then they ain't let the documents out of something, bro. I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about, cause And then they ain't really want to tell us the money and stuff, bro. Mm-hmm. I was mad about that. I like, no, take them take the X off.
Take everything, boy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think the difficulty with like in a case like Cassie is seeing how like
I want you to take the X off of Fox.
Especially with Diddy. Like when I hear stories that like Kid Cudi confirming, he blew up my car. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can understand why. First of all, it took you a while. Like you may have been like, I don't even want. I don't even want. I seen him. You know what I'm saying? If he give me 30 million. I want to take 30 million.
They hung Wale over the balcony.
You know what I'm
allegedly.
saying? So this
that's what they said allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't just anybody out here. You know what I'm saying? You blowing up cars, hanging people off balconies. And then also, I think with Diddy, because I think some of the stuff may be hard for her to prove, like intent and all that. And like she wasn't a willing participant. But I think her pressure play was like, look, I may not be able to intrinsically prove that you had ill intent, but whatever's in these documents, I'm guarantee you don't want nobody getting out. Like when she talked about,
I know you don't want none of this to get out.
Yeah, she's like, you know what? She seen me do some stuff, because I think she turned over like a bunch of stuff to the FBI, and that's an ongoing investigation right there. So if they decide to charge, they charge. But he probably got some stuff in there like, yo, I don't want anybody.
Don't touch the files.
Don't touch the files. You know what I'm saying? I give him 30 minutes because, like he said. Like, it ain't technically saying he guilty, and like there's all some people saying she ain't sue him directly, she sued the companies who pressed him.
I don't care.
I don't know.
We know what that is.
When you settle that fast.
Yeah.
And within a day, I ain't never seen somebody settle that fast.
I think he got like a video out where he say, man, if anybody got something on me, that's the truth. You sue me, you have your money in 24 hours. I think he said that on the Breakfast Club.
That's funny.
Hey, make sure you mark it because I want you to put that in.
1 hour, 2 minutes.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
funny.
Yeah, he said something like that, bro. He said something like, if anybody pulls something out on me and it's true, I'll pay you your money.
2 or 24 hours.
Man, it was word. Man, it was word.
Now, long term, will this have like a long lasting effect?
It depends on what come out.
Yeah.
I think right now it's cool. I mean, I think all the stuff threw him out. I mean, it's crazy that he allegedly blew up Kid Cudi car and whatever else he done, and that's why like J. Cole is on bikes now. But you don't never hear nothing about him and 50. And 50 be like,
yeah.
I think he know, but it's like, man, don't.
Yeah.
I think 50 may have something on him.
Yeah.
Or 50 may like he may know like 50 he'll hurt you.
Yeah. He'll meet you. He'll meet up with you.
Yeah.
He'll meet up with
And
you.
he'll
Man.
meet you any level you want to go, bro. I think 50 got a case now of he hired a hitman or something for somebody. But ain't nobody really talking about that.
Yeah. I wouldn't either.
And I ain't.
I wouldn't talk about that either. You know what I mean?
So yeah, bro. But so yeah, regardless of what come out, man, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, man. But I understand, man. In some cases, just as a viewer and like whatever I'm feeling, like I want to see you take it all the way. Like when Dominion settled that Fox lawsuit, bro, I was upset.
Bro,
man.
I was upset too, bro.
But also, what I gotta realize, although what they had to me was damning enough.
But the stuff I wanted to see.
Yeah. But that's also the thing, though. I don't know. Sometimes when they settle, do they not just want the headache, or like do they think that they may not be able to get as much? Because sometimes when you go in and you think,
of course,
like
yeah,
you don't,
get less.
you get less. So like your shit wasn't out as you thought it was. You know what I'm saying? So they might have thought they had the big joker, but they was like, nah, we got a whole nother deck, my boy.
So we don't play by the rules.
We don't even play by the rules. We ain't even playing that game. You know what I'm saying? You playing spades, boy. We playing blackjack.
That Dennis Schroeder, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy.
Bills.
That's funny because
80
he thought he was. He thought he had a $84 million deal.
He said that wasn't the case. I would have took the deal if it was there.
Yeah.
That's what they say, but yeah, bro.
That's crazy, boy.
Yeah, that's rough, boy.
Thank you, LeBron, but you Dennis Schroeder, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, like I said with Cassie, especially when you got to go back. And especially how she was describing how like he had control of her devices and all that. Might be hard for you to prove that, you know, all that you want to prove. Because she said one time, I think in the papers, like they had some video where he forced her to have sex with other dudes or whatever.
Yeah, something.
And then she thought she had got it and like erased it. And then he like showed it to her on the plane. He was like, you thought I wouldn't be able to get it back?
That's what she said?
Yeah. So I was like, when you got that kind of, like, I don't know what kind of access she got information in terms of evidence. When he got that much control over.
She said that?
Yeah. Like, you thought, Biggie basically, like, you thought it was a game?
Damn, what Cassie say that at?
It was like in the documents.
I remember hearing that. I thought somebody was just like, that was some rumor mill.
That's them papers, we can read the papers.
Oh, that's crazy.
People going through reading the paper like, oh, Diddy a wild boy. Like,
yeah,
he on some other stuff.
Well, in that situation, if you made somebody do something, why is that already? Why is he not already allowed to? If they,
because you can't unless you got like a video of him forcing her or like some type of documentation. It's just circumstantial.
Okay,
but why I think that he settled is because even though the evidence she was given may be circumstantial, is still events in there or like things he may have been taking part of that he's like, I don't want that to come out. I don't want that to come out. Like, even beyond that, like, I don't want to be a part of that. Like, people can't know I was into that or something like that. Because they've been rumors about Diddy forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now that we look back on it.
And now when you add him getting jealous and trying to blow up people's cars and hanging people off roofs.
All allegedly.
According to Kid Cudi, he was like, my car blew up.
Yeah, he said my car blew up. He didn't blame Diddy.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? We don't know what happened.
But I want to hear from Wale. Was you hanging off the
Wale say that didn't happen. But how the dude told the story is how he told the story. I was like, yeah, that may have happened. He may have happened.
Have we seen Wale with Diddy since?
I ain't never really seen Wale with Diddy.
Maybe that's why.
That's crazy. Maybe that's why Diddy allegedly slapped Drake.
That was crazy too.
And he they say he fought him and J. Cole fought.
Yeah.
Him and J. Cole did fight. J. Cole put on the album and then had Diddy on the album. But Diddy a wild boy.
Crazy world, bro.
Well, we see where these allegations get him.
Yeah.
They already hurt.
But he been kind of quiet.
been very quiet.
Been kinda
He said he's
quiet.
not going to the what's up, the Grammys? He said he
Yeah.
wasn't gonna go to the Gram some award show.
Yeah.
So he opted out.
Opted out. You think they was letting him go?
Yeah.
You think they was letting Diddy go?
Yeah, why wouldn't they? Ain't no evidence.
When does that matter?
Well, there ain't no evidence. And even if you got evidence, it don't matter. Will Smith smacked Chris Rock and sat down and got an award. We know it happened. We
Yeah.
seen it,
Yeah.
heard it,
Yeah.
felt it.
Yeah.
And these are allegations?
Yeah. I would say it's a little different just because
Yeah, you're right. Physical.
physical. I also think when stuff like comes like that, first, like they don't really give as much leeway to men when it comes to like sexual assault and stuff like that. That's a bit more touchy than
Harvey Weinstein.
yeah. That man had the power. And I don't like the way
Diddy
they
seemingly have power. You know what I'm saying?
No, he has the power.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
you know
saying?
what I'm saying? Like,
But Harvey Weinstein showing up to the Grammys. If I'm Diddy and I'm still big shot Diddy, I'm going to the Grammys. I'm not letting these people keep me from the Grammys. Especially I'm Music Man. That's like Weinstein not going to the Oscars. I'm going to the Grammys.
that's tough. You got a point there.
But,
But Diddy different. Diddy also black.
Diddy,
He got that
that's
heat,
one.
yeah.
It's also an element like that. He's like, look, I
Yeah.
already got that going against me. Now I
Yeah.
got, you know what I'm saying? These.
Don't nobody gonna want to sit beside me.
Yeah.
But he did go, bro. That'd be like some kingpin. Like,
That'd be some crazy shit. If
He
I'm
like-
sitting, he gotta sit
But
beside fans.
that's
He's not
why-
sitting
that's
beside me another.
nah. I'm sitting in the front row. I'm sitting somewhere
They be
with
like, I'm gonna need a seat filler.
I'm
right
sitting-
there. I can't be you. I as another celebrity can't be beside
I'm
Diddy,
sitting
a Kiki, and he. he's like,
because
I'm
you know
not.
because you know
yeah,
he gonna have.
like, nah, I'm a seat filler. We need a seat filler right
Oh,
here, my
Diddy,
boy.
wow, bro. Diddy, I gotta do it. I'm gonna show up
Yeah,
in my nice suit. I'm gonna wear a suit. I'm gonna wear
gotta
something
act
like
like everything is okay.
yeah. I'm
you
gonna
know
wear.
what
I'm gonna wear something like flash, so you know, like I feel like I'm untouchable.
Yeah,
Like that's something that I think his personality would do. Something
Yeah.
like that. I'm gonna show up.
if Diddy's the persona he puts out,
Mhm.
I'm thinking, I'm at the Grammys. I'm in my shiny suit. I'm coming in the Mace video suit if I
Oh.
got to.
Oh,
I'm making the scene. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm Diddy. I'm Puff. I'm Puffy.
Puff Love.
That's what I'm coming out as.
That's crazy.
I'm coming out with a new name. Don't
Well-
call me Brother Love anymore.
I say this.
I'm the truth.
Those in here talking about that, he probably playing it smart. He
Yeah.
probably doing the best thing.
Yeah.
Don't do none of that.
He probably that lay low shit is I'm all the way low.
The crazy thing about it, bro, is like the fact that it came out, we like, boy, it really sounds like he a villain.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. He good people. Well, I ain't gonna say he good people, but I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah.
He gotta learn from his mistakes.
You know what
Don't
I'm
go
saying?
to them parties though.
You ever been swallowed up? If I see that meme one more time, you ever been swallowed?
Bro, somebody got me on that, bro. I was like watching something
Mm.
and somebody was being funny about something. And he was like, oh, where you going with this? Because have you ever been swallowed up?
Swallowed. I was like,
I was like, yeah, I did not see this purple suit
oh,
coming.
bro, that clip is funny. Preachers be wild these days. Like I see these preachers doing like these super extra sermons.
Mhm.
I don't know if I saw that video. Dude had like a bunch of milk on his face or something like that.
I seen
Like,
something
it's
like
like,
that.
what
bro.
y'all
And I
doing?
can't. That type of stuff I can't really handle, bro. So I'd be like,
It's like, bro, y'all, I get like you trying to, I don't know, grab a new audience or like relate and all that, but y'all doing a lot right now.
yeah, bro. I don't be understanding that, bro. That when people be doing all that in churches, like, why are you trying to get clicks?
Mm.
Like, do you need to be this extreme to get that word across? Like,
Yeah.
big dog, like, I can hear you.
The man was like,
I know what milk look like. I know what milk and honey look like.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
gotta-
I know what it look like
that
if it was
man
poured
in
on
there
you.
looking like he was in a bukkake session or something. Dog. Like, what
Yeah.
you got going on? Man was like, the only stripper we recognize is Jesus. I'm like, all right.
That's what he said.
That's a flip I haven't heard before.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, why are you doing that? I be saying some weird stuff, bro. Like my man, the evangelical, he was talking about like, churches shouldn't have like handicap spots.
Oh yeah, because if you believe in God, you should.
You should.
Okay, but in the meantime,
Yeah.
I need a ramp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But he be one of the people that would have signed that ugly law. That ugly law. Like back in what, 1860 something.
Nah, you ugly. You ugly.
You ugly, you gotta stay
That's a
inside.
crazy law, bro.
Bro, if you got any disability, you gotta stay inside.
Come on, son. Or get arrested.
I don't know why preachers and stuff be doing that, man. That's so regular,
And
bro.
the ones that's getting like real political now. Like the same one you was talking about.
Oh, he wild.
He was talking about, you know what I'm
That's not
saying?
even political.
Democrats are evil. You vote for a Democrat. You get out of church. You Satan.
Yeah, what is that?
It's like, what are you? There's probably
What is that?
people in the audience like, yo, my man. But again, like if you've
You
been a
think
part
Jesus
of
is
this
a
congregation,
Republican?
that's the
Like that's
craziest
crazy.
thing,
That's
man.
the crazy thing. Like you think he a Republican?
Or a conservative period, what Jesus preached about, and like being there for your neighbor, and like rich man can't.
that immigrants in?
Like, come on, son. Like he's not
Feed
for
the poor, feed the people.
all the stuff y'all be talking about. He's like, he looking at you like, you
Like,
know
no.
nothing of my works.
No, yeah, like no. I'm not you either. That's crazy. I'm Satan. Come
You know what
on,
I'm
man.
saying? Like, you
Why
gotta
would you
be
even-
caring. You gotta care. You gotta have the
Okay.
empathy.
How you say you or devil because you vote Democrat, as if conservatives are the right hand of God. That's a crazy thing to even
That's
think of
nuts.
yourself as. Like
That's nuts.
they making this party the devil and this one like godly.
But if you look at your party, man, you got some devils in it, bro.
Devils, boy. Top level. Top level, boy. You need chainsaw, man, to get them. But it is what it is.
That's all I got for today.
That's all I got, man.
Time to eat.
I mean,
So I mean, tell us what you think, man. Any of the things we talked about, whether or not you agree if Drake is hip hop or not. I mean, to me, that's only one clear answer for that.
of course. it is.
What your thoughts are on kids staying in a child's place when they are co-parents, or like what's the dynamics that you need to cross that threshold?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? How you feel about Cassie and like her fight for justice, or if it's a fight for justice and all that?
Yeah, how do you perceive people who do things like that, who take their money for themselves?
Mhm.
Like, do you take it as a win for the culture, or you just take that as a win for the individual?
Yeah.
I would like to know y'all thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, in one way, could be a win for everybody. Just seeing that you can
You can generate wealth at some point.
and you accomplish that. Like
Mhm.
Diddy ain't just nobody. Like I thought he was gonna stall that trial out.
Mm-hmm.
And
But he
just
had
like-
lawyers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but you know what I'm saying. So man, if you got the right juice,
Allegedly, he
Yeah.
got the lawyers.
yeah. So, yeah, that's it.
All right, man. I'm TK, aka. What did I have a name again?
We didn't do it. Remember we do
We
that.
didn't do
after.
that. Yeah, we got this after.
So I'm gonna cut that and just
Yeah.
go back into it.
All right, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm TK, aka Tip Top Shape.
And I'm Deers, aka Tic Tac Toe.
And this is
By
my
the Gap.